Well, I'm pretty jacked. Like I said, I got 98.9% of the underbelly stuff here done in one day. And it has made a huge difference in here. Um, the southwest and the northwest corners of the living room are now warm. Um, I've got the furnace turned down to around 70 degrees, and my feet are currently sitting on the floor like they sometimes are. And in the past, they would get cold. I could feel the cold. I went underneath my kitchen sink, which I was worried was going to end up having a freezing pipes issue. So much so that I left the cabinet doors open with a fan going in the kitchen just to blow the warm air from the room under the sink. And I opened up that cupboard and it's warm in there. Um, Major improvement. So I ran out of, all I needed was another 48 inch, no, about 96 inches of Tyvek house wrap to finish buttoning up the insulation. Um, and I need a couple more rolls of metal screening to secure everything for rodent protection. But um, other than that, it's pretty much done. That big portion of the middle belly bay that I showed you that was sagging, I managed to get that shored back up uh, and secured with a piece of screening material. So that made a big difference. Um, Now all I have left to do is obviously finish the Tyvek, finish the screening, and put all the skirting back on. And what I'm going to do, Phil across the road before he moved out gave me a tip to help retain the heat in these things better in the winter. He said to take pieces of styrofoam board, and the skirting's about 2 feet high, and cut them and put them up against the back side of the skirting inside the trailer. And that blocks the wind and blocks the cold from the snow and whatnot. So I think I'm going to do that as well. I still have to install a couple more lights underneath here so it's lit up better, more towards the front. Um, and then I'm going to, before I put the skirting up, I'm going to go back through the underside completely with the leaf blower and clean it all out again so it's spotless. I'm going to put a couple of rodent bait stations underneath there that are fully stocked. Yeah, I'm going to end up with dead mice and whatnot laying underneath there on the tarp. But, so what? I'd rather have them. I'd rather have them there than actually in the floor. So, just like that one mouse we saw in that earlier video, I'll put a couple of bait blocks down there, and I should be pretty secure. I still have to build an access door on the I think I'm going to build one on each side. Another thing I have to do is around the bottom of this deck, I'm going to put lattice, plastic lattice. And on the back side of the lattice, I'm going to attach some of that metal screening so the critters can't crawl through the openings in the lattice and get under the trailer. When I was under there today, I was looking at that area under the deck where all the skirting has been pulled out, and that's just too big of a span to put a screen on all the way across. That's darn near, well, it's the length of this deck, so that's every bit of 12 feet. So instead, I'm going to put lattice around the bottom of the deck and secure it really well so that the rodents can't get in that way, and I'm just going to leave it open. That will allow for better ventilation underneath the trailer in the summer as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So we got a few more things. It's late in the year. Should have done all this. The Diva's always giving me crap. I should have done this in the middle of summer instead of poking around with other projects. But I started it in the summer. It just ended up being way bigger of a project than I anticipated. So it is what it is. But we're on the home stretch, so this is a good thing. So, yeah, I just wanted to check in, give you an update on that. What else is new? Anything new with the Diva? Yeah, the Diva's, man, she's punchy right now. Any little thing sets her off. She's having some drama issues with her son. She has 3 kids. Her son is 25, and she's having some. He's a good kid, and he's having, or good man, I should say. He's not a kid anymore. He's having some issues with his girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend who's a hottie and a diva as well, and he's having some issues with her, wanting to stray off the reservation and stuff. So, I don't know if her hormones are, I don't know what's going on, but she's not being faithful, I guess. And he's a nice guy, and it's driving him insane. So, he's down by mom. Whenever there's a domestic dispute, he comes running down and hangs out with mom, and it's a third wheel in the mix, you know what I mean? She's got her 2 kids already that are living with her, and now the son's coming down. So, and then the holidays are here, and she doesn't handle stress well. She sweats the small things and turns them into big things, and it's a shit show. But we're barely hanging on. So we'll see what happens, but I don't know. So, yeah, Thanksgiving, I took a couple of days of vacation, and I got to move my shop out of the ex-wife's garage. So I'm trying to line up a truck to do that with, and possibly get a hold of a buddy to give me a hand with it. So the Diva's not going to have anything to do with it. She doesn't want to work hard, get her hands dirty. So I got to get a buddy to help me. But anyway, that's just an update. I am going to enjoy the rest of my night, chillax, and probably fall asleep in this chair and wake up about 1 in the morning with all the lights and the fans and everything just a running. So we'll catch you on the flip side.